Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your 2018 Grand Design Imagine. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple of things to think about when you're parking this. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for your awning. On your off campsite, of course you want to leave room for that slide, but I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power plugs in way on the rear of the unit. On the back here. And then your docking station is all the way up front. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Here's where you put your water in at. Once you arrive, unhook your hitch. First thing you do is level your unit. Unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply retract to bring it down, extend to raise it up. If you lose power, your hand crank for your stabilizing jacks will fit on a bolt right up underneath here. It's that rubber stopper. Most of these rubber stoppers, the rubber leaves a little black on you, just fair warn you. But you only need that if you lose power. Speaking of power, get your batteries on there, check the battery posts every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose. So once we got it level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these 3/4 inch stabilizing jacks. Get your hand crank, run these down just until they're stable, just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. We just want to bring these down to stabilize the unit. They're not leveling jacks. So once they're taut on the ground, get all four of those down. You'll be level, stable. Now you can hook up your power and water. Again, your power cord plugs in here on the rear. Big long 30 amp cord. Put that on, then put that gray washer on to lock that on there for you. There's your power hookup. Let's hook up your water. Obviously, water system's pretty simple here. At campsites, you're gonna turn this down to city water. Over to the right here is where you're gonna hook up. I recommend a water pressure regulator. Hook that up. Turn this down to city water. Don't turn on your hose yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is located on the rear of the unit here. All we're doing at this point, make sure our drain plug's back in there. Get some plumber's tape around that. Get that in nice and snug. And you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside and open up that slide. Get in there and open up all of your water taps. Sinks, showers, get all the air out of the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Shut them off and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to turn this up to fresh tank fill. Fill it the same way, but this time you're going to go inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. You're going to watch your fresh water fill up. Once that's full, come out here, remove this hose. Then whenever you want to utilize that water, you turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked to city water that's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set to camp. We got our power hooked up, our water hooked up. I'm going to walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here in this docking station. Up top, we've got a couple of 110s. Living room, cable, bedroom cable. Here's you hook up the satellite. It's your battery disconnect. That will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. Down here is your city water again, and fresh water. There's where you fill both. Down here's a hot and cold shower that this spray port hose will hook up to quick connect. Once your water's hooked up, run your hose down through here so that you can close your storage. Got lighting here. You can plug in a solar panel right here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Slide's closed right now, but with it open, I want to mention on your slide seals, they've got a lubricant you can apply to those to keep them nice and flexible over the years. It'll add to the longevity of the life of those slides. Down here is an extra gray tank. Down here, regular gray and black tank. We'll talk about those when leaving the campsite. Black tank flush. A little light for when you're doing this if you happen to be dumping at night. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite as well. Got a ladder, utilize it, go up there several times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Again, your hot water heater, This little area that you can put a griddle on. Screen's right around the corner. Should be closely a quick connect LP. See, but there's our low point drains. That spray port hose that over there can be brought over here. On your campsite, got a couple of speakers, a vent for your hood range, access panel to the back of your fridge for technicians. Here's another spot that you can fill up your potable water, just like you do over there in that spot there. If you want to do them separate, it's been tested both ways. Either one will fill up your potable water. A couple of 110s over here. Flue for your furnace. A few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, you're clear of that. It does get hot. You got bug guards you can buy for those as well. The other side of your pass-through storage with your griddle. The propane does come with a cover. Lefty loosey to open, and they are on a regulator. It covers everything out here. Let's check the inside out. Alright, coming up beside the unit. You come right all the way up top here and turn on some ceiling lights and exterior lights. I'm going to start down here by mentioning your fire extinguisher. Make sure you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Back to this control panel here. There's another light you can hand turn on. See this a little better. So up here is where you can check the level of your brand new batteries. That'll show when you're plugged in, it'll show like a brand new battery's on there. Fresh, black, and gray tanks. Your ceiling lights, exterior lights. Here's where you turn on your water pump to get to that fresh water. That's the button I said to hold down when filling up your fresh water. Here's where you turn on your water heater hooked to gas or electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Slide control, awning control. Before running your slide out, I just want to tell you, when you run your awning out, you only want to run that out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your bar. If you run it out past that point, it will keep running itself out and flip up onto itself and start running itself up backwards. So don't run it out further than you need to. Run back in rather quickly as it comes in. As it says, inspect both sides of the slide out, make sure nothing's in the way. And as the awning comes in, we'll hit slide out. As you see, the bottom goes out kind of first. Same thing coming back in. That's where the mechanism is. You can hear a little noise here. That's the mechanism saying I'm out all the way. Alright, I'll let you know these doors close best when just gently slammed. I just head right back into our bathroom. Lights. Got a hand crank open. Exhaust fan up here. Hold and press in to move this. Little plumbing to maintain, keep an eye on that. If you travel a lot in this, watch your plumbing. This bedroom door, or bathroom door, you want to have that snapped open. Same thing down there with the bedroom door. Snapped open for travel. Coming into our living room here. Cup holders. Light, massage, heat. Shut all them back off. Parachute pull recliner. Pull the parachute pull and you recliner up. Let's take us right up to our TV here. The only thing I really want to tell you on your TV is when you get to the campsite, go into your home, go to digital channel scan, and run a scan on your digital channels so that you can pick up the local channels of where you're at. This one you may have to put your antenna up, squeeze that handle and bring it all the way to the right to make sure that's up. Furion sound system, AM FM DVD player, really cool system, indoor and outdoor speakers. So you can get a channel to come inside this metal building here. Really nice sound system. Down below that's going to be your breaker box and fuses. A ton of 15s in there, a couple of 40s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Self-explanatory microwave. Light and fan. Lovely glass top here. That makes a nice backsplash. Turn on your light, turn that to your flame, get your spark. All these light the same way. Same thing on your oven. Turn that to your flame, hit your spark, that'll light it. Just have this open, watch here, make sure your pilot light lit before you turn this to your desired temperature. Some more plumbing to maintain, just keep an eye on that down there. You do have a extension here you can flip up. Just make sure you have it back down before you bring your slide in. Carbon monoxide detector down here. The table will fold down. Push this yellow to the right. That'll jackknife your table. Put your flat cushions on top, gives you another sleeping quarters. Right in the ceiling here, let's find your thermostat. Back here in the bedroom. Alright, so let's cycle through straight to AC. Cool it off in here. Get that to crank up. Quick dump on your ACs. Close that, goes through the vents better. Remember also that your vents are adjustable. Turn these. If you're sitting over on the couch, you want more air to blow over on you. You notice when I shut the AC off, shuts off rather quickly. Cycle through to heat. You got fan, high and low, cool, high and low, and then our furnace. Set to 91. There's your furnace. You can hear your return over here. Now you will notice when I shut the furnace off, it takes about 2 minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Hand crank open vent here. We got a smoke alarm here as well as in the living room. And storage up underneath our bed on hydraulics to hold it up for you. That about covers everything back here. Show you other lighting. Act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. So when I say bat down the hatches, you know, that means make sure that everything is where it's not going to be moving a lot. Anything that's in the cabinets you've secured. Bring down our antenna. I like to come back here, just shut off my main lights. Now I know that any other lights that are on are accent lights that I need to walk through and shut off. Even including cup holders. And our bedroom. I'll leave this one on by hand. Now I'm going to turn ceiling lights back on and say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede this slide from coming in. Slide in. Very important to have that pantry or countertop extension down there folded down, because you see this utilizes every inch here. Went through, close the doors, close all vents. Shut for interior lights and shut this light off and exit the unit. Now before you leave the dump station, You're gonna lock, deadbolt, lift and turn this handle. That's how you want that to travel. Alright, if we are dry camping, we're gonna dump our freshwater tanks. Over here on the side it has single freshwater. There's our freshwater tank. Dump that. Bring up our stabilizing jacks and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we'll unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now remember, our dump is all the way at the rear of the unit. Get that hooked up, and the first thing you're going to pull is this black handle. That's going to be your sewage. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. If it shows empty or close to it, come back out here, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station and hook it up to this tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that handle open, turn that hose on, let that run for a good 5 minutes. Let it wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that. Make sure all that washout water you put in there has drained. And then close this black. Come up and pull this gray. When that gray is done draining, close that up. Come all the way up front and pull our second gray tank. Again, those would be cleaner waters. Your sinks, your showers, that'll clean your sewage hose out for you. When we're done, close that last gray tank up and store your sewage hose right there in your bumper and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Imagine for many years to come. Happy camping.